Hello, everybody. Welcome. And thank you so much for joining us today and taking time out of your afternoon to be with us for this excellent sneak peek that we're going to share with you for the upcoming Women in Cloud Digital Summit 2021. Hi, Chaitra.
Hi, Riza. Are you excited? It's Friday.
I'm super excited, but I'm even more excited because we're sharing a couple secrets today. So that's the part. I love when people get all excited about what we have to share.
Awesome. So first is I want to welcome all of you to give your valuable time. Hopefully you got some time to network with some people in the room. So the way we are designing the summit is it is for people, by people. So it's a very big platform we are creating. So each one of you can participate. Each one of you can contribute. Each one of you can get from this whole experience until we get to the January 28th, 29th, and 30th. We want to make sure 70% of the people already know how to use the technology, which is Remo. So you know how to use the camera, your mic, your chat box, everything. So when you come in, you don't have to worry about the technology. But before that, I do want all of you to do is my favorite thing is the icebreaker. Let's start with the icebreaker question so that we can get the chat capability activated for you. So what are your favorite place of all the places you have traveled? Reza, what about you?
My favorite would have to be Woodstock, New York. I actually lived up there for a little while doing some theater. It's very like super hippie, chill, artistic community, and I am completely obsessed with it. I went there for my honeymoon too, and I love it.
Yeah,
Great place to unwind.
Oh, that's cool. I went to, of all the places, Hawaii is my favorite place, and especially Kauai as my place. It was so serene. It has its own 7 climate systems in one island. So I get to see winter, summer, rainy, monsoon, everything. So it's a pretty fun place to experience the weathers. And whenever you have a mood change, you can just drive and get to a new place. So for me, it's Hawaii. So I see all of them saying, Phuket and Cambodia, Long Beach.
Wow.
Yep. Those
are all on my list.
Yep. If you know how to type, that means you are an expert of the Remo. So yes, hooray for all of us. So let's go through it. What we are going to do is an inside sneak peek. So this is really, we want all of you to be the brand ambassador and also know how you can engage yourself and your community. Today, I'm Chaitra Vedulapalli. I'm one of the co-founder and president of Women in Cloud. I have 2 hats. Also, I'm a co-founder and CMO of Mailer. So I run 2 companies at the same time. Sometimes overwhelming, but we are getting through it. And Riza is the global program events lead for Women in Cloud. So she leads all the strategic events, all the events that we produce. She's a master at really creating experiences for all of us. So with that, Riza, thank you for pulling all this piece together, 4 months ahead of the schedule. So when people come in, they feel like all the fundamental foundational stuff is taken care of. People are there to meet people and connect and create opportunities for each other. Okay.
Yeah. Great. Thank you, Chai. So today, before we get started, I just want to share with you, for those of you that are new to Remo, as Chai mentioned, we want to make sure that you are so comfortable with this platform that you really know how to take action and really come alive in this space. So a lot of the live sessions that we're going to be having at the summit will be using the Remo platform. So I'm going to touch on a couple features that you can take advantage of. Right now, you're all using the chat feature. You'll notice there's a little smiley face in the chat box you can use to share emoji reactions. So everyone test that out. Send us what your favorite emoji is. Even if it's something silly like the alien, whoever uses the alien, right? And then on the participants list, you can click on that and see other people that are in the session with you. If you click on the the information icon that's next to their name, it'll bring up their virtual business card. If you haven't taken the time to update your virtual business card yet, be sure you do so before you leave the session today. So you can access that at the top right of your screen, and you should see either perhaps your first initial, and you can click on that and add in your headshot, your LinkedIn link, a Calendly link, so that when you meet people in these sessions, you can easily connect with them. Also, we have a Q&A tab. So in the Q&A tab, you can submit any questions that you have as we go through the session. And then you can also upvote the questions that you really want to get answers to that other attendees would have submitted. And then finally, if at any point you want to make one of the windows larger on your screen, there is 4 arrows at the top right of each window. So where I'm showing the slides right now, for example, you can click on that and make it full screen for you. Okay, so I think that is pretty much, oh, one more thing. And then if you ever, when we get to the Q&A portion, if you want to come on stage and actually share your feedback, you should see at the bottom of your screen an option to raise your hand. So when you do that, we can just bring you right on stage and you can join the conversation with us. Okay? So with that, let's go ahead and I'll pitch it back to Chaitra so we can get started today.
Thank you, Raisa, for explaining how to engage. How do you all feel? Do you feel good, like you can use some of the technology to use in Remo? Yes? Fantastic. So for how many of you are new here for the Women in Cloud community that you just know about us? Okay. So what we want to do is just kind of give you a quick intro, and then we'll get through what we do and how the event is going to come together. So first is Women in Cloud is a community-led economic development initiative, really taking action to generate over $1 billion in net new economic access for female tech founders by 2030. And we are going to do this through the partnership with corporation, community leaders, and policymakers. We do have Allison. She's one of our partners from Founders Live, which goes across the world. And we have partnered with them to really make sure that the entrepreneurs have access to bigger networks. So the way we do it is by 3 ways. One is a community. We believe that a community can drive access to people, to programs and solutions and offers everything. So our community is a contributing community. If you give, you get. So we have made sure our culture is very inclusive and everyone can be successful. The second one is the Cloud Accelerator, really an immersive readiness programming for entrepreneurs to have access to enterprise opportunities and also a global stage to showcase their business. This is done in partnership with Microsoft to make sure we have access to 350,000 channel partners to work with and make sure entrepreneurs can really be successful in that ecosystem. The third area that we focus on is public policy advancement. We really want to recommend policy changes and recommendation to the legislator and also corporation to unlock the procurement vehicles. There is tons of barriers that we want to make sure we unlock it for women so the world can be very, very inclusive for all, for economic development. Going to the next one. When you think about who we actually serve, who is our global audience, one is really the female tech founders. They are our core audience. We give them, I would say, all the attention to make sure they are creating jobs, they're creating solutions, they're getting access to investors. So we invest a lot of our time spending time with the founders. So if you talk to me or Riza, you will know we can tell what our founders look like. Very, very bold. They can make magic happen, like really amazing. Second, we spend a lot of time with corporate leaders to really make sure that we are able to unlock the procurement vehicles and also provide sponsorship and mentorship and advisory for female founder. We spend a lot of time with community leaders, members, and organizers to make sure we can unlock. So now we are reaching over 100 million people across the world through our 27 strategic partnerships that we have done over the last 7 months. And then we spend time with the influencers, policymaker, decision maker, and allies to unlock areas that is blocked for us. So we work with them and help with really changing the global narrative. What we will talk about today is really the summit. And the theme of the summit is collective power. And we really want each one of us to accomplish the North Star goal is become personally very powerful and influential in the ecosystem. And then Raisa will talk about what the summit would look like. And the reason why we are sharing everything about the event, so you know how you can participate. When you participate, when you contribute, you actually get the best. And we want to make sure you realize the ultimate experience when you're engaging, and also talk about 5 ways how you can participate. Okay. So for the 2020, I'll give you a very big, we did a pretty, we still have not closed a year, but we have done over 65 activations from January till today, like a lot of interesting experiences, unique experiences that we have bought, and that helps us build a community. In the last, 8 months or 9 months that we have worked, we have rolled out the COVID-19 report. We have rolled out, Empower Her with a Mask campaign so that we can drive over 250,000 masks that we can donate. We have done equality campaign, which is celebrating 21 days of economic access. And then we have done a lot of interesting, innovative experiences for events so that we really drive the connection, the networking happen. So one of the things that we have done as a community, we have not lost social capital. We actually have gained, and because of the digital transformation we have done. You can look at it, it looks like an eye chart, but let me give you a high level. We reach around 1,500 entrepreneurs who are interested and are working in the enterprise market. 100 million people you can reach. You are in the largest network of communities are coming together for driving economic access for women. And then we have 45 graduates from the cohort, and they have already created $80 million in opportunity and created 60 plus jobs in the last 2 years. Incredible work. And those are the pieces. And then I want to welcome all the cohort number 4, which is the new entrepreneurs who are coming together and building their business. I know Velco is here, so welcome. And I also know there was one more company who's here. I would say, I can't figure out. I think Unpickle is also here. And BizT is also here. So welcome for all of you to be here in the community. Okay. And Donna is also here. I totally forgot, Donna. You are here. Congratulations today. Great work. So, and then we have done many, many event experiences in partnership with a lot of community. With Founders Life, we did the equality, Breathe Equality Bag. That was very well received. With Women in Tech Network, we did the Gabriella's Leadership Award. We basically honored her for the leadership award. We worked with AWEB around enabling founders to meet with investors. We partnered with Microsoft to do is women to be showcased in the Microsoft events. A lot of partnerships that we did and a lot of new experiences where we were able to bring through the events, and really kudos to Raisa for making that possible for all of us. And then we did, lot of, as I said, a lot of online events. I think you were part of a lot of the online events, but let me tell you something. We reached 5,000 people in the last 5 months during the online events itself. And then we have done like 65 online events. Can you believe? It's crazy, right? And the biggest one that we are doing is the Women in Cloud Summit. It is going to be intense, and it is also going to be amazing at the same time. So what we want to do is look at our collective network. We are reaching 100 million women across the world, and these are all our communities that we are partnered with. So all the communities work together. We have a coalition built, and we are focused on how do we drive economic access for each and every entrepreneur in the world. Coming to the WIC Summit 2021. Before I get started, are you excited for the WIC Summit? It's one of our marquee activation. Yes, I am excited. So the theme this year is collective power. And we really are focused on a couple of things. We want to change the global narrative by igniting the purpose-driven entrepreneurs, leaders, while also building the gender equity in the tech industry. And we believe that when we help each individual to become powerful and influential, collectively, we can make the community very, very strong, and we can drive the economic access for all of us. So that's the intention. So we had collective access was the first year. The second one was collective action. This year is collective power, and the next year we'll focus on influence. So this is kind of the progression of our events. And we really want all of us to come together and make the collective power happen, okay? So my question to all of you is, what does collective power mean to you? And what does personal power mean to you? Go ahead, take a minute and answer on the chat. Thank you, Donna. I love the theme too. Thank you for the entrepreneur community to say we need power, and we decided to come up with the collective power as a theme. So thank you. So what does collective power mean to you? Yep, innovation. So the way we are looking at collective power is we want each individual who comes to the summit, they're going to gain 1000x power. And the way we want is we want to transfer every attendee to become 1000 times more powerful and influential in achieving their own North Star goals in 2021. The way we are aiming to accomplish is getting them minimum 10 new connections, helping them identify 10 new ideas, and also having them take 10 new actions in the 2021. We want to be a community who can take action. We want to be the community who creates access for each other, while we also have our own personal power to drive the impact. So that's our intention. And a couple of things that we have done for the summit is how to really think about the inclusiveness and engagement. So the intention behind it, the entire experience is designed with building and expanding your network. So if you're using Remo, this will be the platform for driving that networking experience. So most of the event is designed with networking in mind. Second, we want to activate your own personal power and also leadership. So there's experiences created for that. And third is accelerating industry-wide change. We want to lead with plenaries, and we are not doing any keynotes, but we are doing plenaries so that we are talking about the industry issue, and we can basically have is advancement and policy changes that we can drive. And also we are driving special audience access, and we'll talk about more. This is the first time probably in the events industry, they will love what we are doing and they probably will adopt it. The special audience access, like the audiences who are always forgotten, they actually will be part of the core experience for our summit, so that they feel like every one of us can collect and move it forward. It will be 3 days of high impact virtual programming. We have 150 plus speakers, which will be recordings, live speakers, mentors, mentees, and advisors all coming together to contribute. We'll have 10 powerful workshops, will be led by our board of advisors. We'll have 12 Ask the Expert session, allows you to go and work with the experts and really high impact networking events. We have 8 of them that we have designed. What do you think? You like it? As of now, what you're seeing? So the workshops that will be led by our advisors will be focused on accelerating your personal power. And it will focus on activating your buying power. How do you really do that? How do you take an executive seat at the table? This is something more and more women are saying, we don't know how to do it. So we'll have execs talking about it. How to think like a thought leader, how to shift your perspective, and how does that look like when you live in the world of execs and entrepreneurs? How do you commit to a conclusion, and how do you lead with purpose? How do you prioritize yourself and how do you mind your mindset so you can actually be aware of your shadow behaviors and you know how to take care of it. And this is all about helping drive your personal power. 3 days of experience, and this one will be available. The agenda will be available. So I will allow you, it's an eye chart right now, but you can take a look at it when Raisa is showing you how to get more information about it. Let's go to, so from the content perspective, these are the categories that we have identified, which will be very valuable. One is the cloud transformation content itself around business, technical, and leadership. A lot of the diversity, equity, and inclusion work around culture, business, and policies, allyship work, executive careers and executive position that you take, public policy work, personal growth, industry stories, youth entrepreneurship, and sustainability and UN goals. As I said, this is the first event where the youth will be also showcased as a key core audience in our ecosystem. So we actually give them a space to enter into the tech workforce early on, but in a very different angle where we are giving them adult mentors that they can access, which is very hard right now just because we are in the COVID space. So we open up the doors for them too. And then we have, so if you are working for a corporation, if you're coming from a corporate world, this is our promise to you. Like, we will help you accelerate your DEI efforts so that you can help us build the inclusive economy. And the way we are providing every corporate members to consider being a partner is you can drive inclusion of leaders to speak, to be part of the mentorship, be an advisor for entrepreneurs and the community. You can also accelerate the DEI work in the supplier network so you become more resilient by having female founders part of the supplier portfolio. We want to also help your employees to have growth opportunities so you can actually help them develop their personal power. And the last one is corporate responsibility. We will help you participate in programs and opportunity so you are fulfilling your corporate responsibility. So as a company, we are serving you in 4 areas, and that's a promise as you participate with us as a partner. These are cool swags and cool giveaways that will be there, but the core thing that I want you to focus on is the workbook. We'll have is a workbook. It's a digital workbook that will be available where each and everyone can go to a session, really take notes, because it's going to be action oriented, and we want a workbook for all of you to take that notes because it helps you, learn and also execute and also feel like you're part of an event. Second is we are also bringing Think Book, which is most of our entrepreneurs think a lot, think bold ideas. We want to bring in the same capability and frameworks that will be available for the rest of the community to think like entrepreneurs and also leaders, and bring that into a Think Book. And there's some cool swags for all of you. Okay. With that, Raisa, I will hand over the baton to you, and if you can step them through how the whole experience will come to life, and we can go from there. Was that helpful, just knowing what the event is going to look like?
Great. I'm seeing some responses come through. Great. Thank you so much, Chai. So I'd like you each to think on this question a bit, because I want to get your responses even towards the end of the session as we continue to go on. I did see a question that came through from Donna in the chat asking if we're going to use the app again that we used last year. So Donna, I have the answers for you. I'm going to share with each of you information about how the digital summit experience is going to completely come alive. We really thought about how to make this in the virtual space, so powerful for every attendee, for every speaker, every sponsor, every volunteer. And we approached it from an angle managing the entire experience with ease, okay? Because we know so many virtual events are going on these days, and sometimes it can be kind of, aggravating going from one thing to the other and not knowing where to go, what to do. and not even having a helping hand to help guide you. So we are using a platform called Hey Summit. And Hey Summit allows us to do quite a few things that is going to make this experience really incredible. First off, ease of access with single sign-on. So you get to sign on to Hey Summit. That's where you go to purchase your tickets. That's where you go to build your schedule for the day. You can add special talks in there that you really want to follow. You can follow speakers. You can connect with folks on LinkedIn. There's an in-session chat feed there. You can access special offers and giveaways. We'll also have really, really high impact networking and open networking lounges because of the integration with Remo, which you're all in right now. For speakers as well and sponsors, we'll have special profiles, and I'll share more about that in just a second. And speakers will have a dashboard where they can easily share information about their specific session. So it makes it really easy to just download the correct format, and it has all of the information, date, time, abstract, everything people need to know about your session. Makes it really easy to share and get out there. And another thing that I'm really excited about is that we are going to have live concierge support. So in addition to our open networking lounge, where people can come and go throughout the day, just like an in-person event, meet people. You can arrange to have a meeting in the online space, you know, and at the same time, we'll have support there to help any of the attendees or speakers that are having any sort of challenges or have any questions throughout the day or need more information, okay? So some of this stuff we spoke on a bit ago, but in addition to what I mentioned earlier, attendees will also have the capability to watch replays because we're going to have so much content. People may not be able to get to all of it in one day. So even when folks add something to their schedule, something that's really interesting to them, they will be able to access that recording or any of the replays after the live session is aired. We will also have several pre-recorded sessions, and I'll share more about that in just a minute. You can also upvote sessions, so attendees can upvote for their favorite, which one they're most excited about. There's also a brand ambassador program, which allows people to create access for other people in their network in a way that they are inviting people that they feel would benefit from this content as well. So now I'm going to go into each of the different categories I spoke about. So for example, with the sponsors will have in our virtual lounge space when we're doing our live sessions, they have banners that can be clicked on, and when you click on that nice little banner on the side, up will pop either a video ad or a static ad, and they can have a call to action button there that directs folks to any site of their choosing. Also, all of the sponsors will have a landing page, and this virtual lounge video ad and call to action is what I just spoke about. And it makes it really easy, again, from that single sign-on platform to share offers and giveaways. So that offers and giveaways thing is also something that our speakers can use. So for example, if you're an author and you would like to give away a book to someone that signs up and attends your session, it makes it really easy for you to do that and create giveaways and promote those giveaways and special offers from your speaker dashboard. Speakers can attendees can connect easily with speakers on social media, to their website, learn more about them, find all the talks that are related to that specific speaker, and then even follow the topics or categories that we predetermine for the summit. For the pre-recorded sessions, because we are going to have quite a few of those as well, each of those pages will have its own dedicated landing page. And as I mentioned before, people can upvote. This is the same page where even though the session is not going to be live, the speaker will be able to join at the time that it's released and participate in a live chat with the attendees that are watching. So it makes it just so engaging, and we're not feeling that experience that we're being talked at and not talked with, that many of us are experiencing these days. Another thing with going to the live sessions and the networking, again, I spoke on this a bit before. So for every day of the summit, we're going to have an open networking lounge where people can go in, meet with each other, use those virtual business cards that you would have set up, and continue the conversation even after the summit. So we're going to have several live sessions that operate that way, in addition to our open networking lounge. And finally, the brand ambassador program. I spoke on this just a touch earlier. And so what that means is that if you have a list or a network of people that you really want to invite to take a look and sign up for the summit, you will get a 5% commission for each referral ticket that's purchased. You get your unique referral ticket link, and payouts would be made at the end of the summit for any account that is over $200. So you can actually use that, and we're encouraging folks that sign up for that to use that money that they would get to donate to another cause that is important to them as well. So we're always continuing the cycle of giving and receiving and really uplifting others throughout this journey. Okay, so does anybody have any questions on those things that I mentioned just then? Oops, I'm seeing some notes about the slides. Some folks are having issues with the slides. So if you are having trouble, the first thing, this is what people always say, try refreshing your browser. Typically it works more often than not. Sometimes, bandwidth, everybody's online now, so something may be clogging up the system. So try that and you'll hop right into the session once again. So now I'm going to pass it back to Chai to talk more about the 5 ways that you can participate. Okay?
Thanks, Riza. Thank you. That was fantastic. What do you think? Do you like the way the community experience will come together? Yes? Awesome. So now here are 5 ways you can participate. We really had to think through what are all the ways. We want everyone to contribute. So the first thing that we have is volunteer. And once Riza can refresh the slide, then I will talk through it. So first is you can become a volunteer. By doing that, you basically can support the experience, which is like helping the speaker or recording or concierge desk. There's we are looking for 40 to 50 volunteers to come together by going through this particular contribution. First of all, you'll have a digital skilling. Second, you will be pretty smart and saying, I can actually run an online event very well. So that would give you an amazing skilling. So if you know of anyone who's saying, I don't know how to enter the tech market, I don't know how to help, we have capabilities identified that can help them skill very quickly. You can become a speaker. So there's a form that Riza is going to put in. So just put in and become a speaker. You can become speaker in few ways. That's the status we give for anyone who is doing a live record, like live speaking, recordings, mentorship circle, moderation, emceeing. Anyway, you feel like I want to increase my personal power, we have the capability to do it. We won't say no to any recordings. As much as if the content is really good, you will be good, but we'll support you in becoming an amazing speaker. And we have Tucker Stein as our TED coach who will be helping us, how to get your speech really well. Third is you can underwrite access for people for the tickets. So you can really provide, you can sponsor students or you can sponsor companies to help. Hold on. I should basically, oh my God, my phone. So what we have is underwrite access. So you can give a gift of the ticket or the access, a premium access to the summit. So they have content available for it. You can become an ambassador. And Allison, I would love you to consider becoming an ambassador, because it is a way that we want to give back the portion of the tickets to the community leaders or anyone who has a large access to the network, so that you take that and invest back into the society. Then you can become as a corporate sponsor. There are multiple ways of how you can do sponsorship. The way we are looking at sponsorship is you can sponsor from $1,500 to $15,000. That's your range. And then you want to have one big title sponsor. Anyone who is sponsoring, they're sponsoring an experience that they want to see come alive through the Women in Cloud Summit. It is not about your contributing, or it's not like gold, silver, platinum. We have removed all of it. It's really experiences that we'll talk about. So I want all of you to think about which way you can contribute, 1 way, 2 way, 3 way. But I think you should consider participating in some way so you actually increase your personal power. The experiences that are going to come alive would be the social capital building, because to become collectively powerful and influential, people have to come together. There is Exec Connect. This is really designed for entrepreneurs to meet with investors, buyers, and influencer. Second, the pitch competition. All the winners of our pitch competition will combine together and they will win the Global Pitch Challenge. Cloud jobs. Companies can come and share all the jobs that are available for women that they want to recruit right now, because that is part of their DEI plan. The mentorship circle allows any women or men in the community to be a mentor available in our community. So that becomes a pretty good, and it will be a moderated session. We'll have Rock Your Pitch. Really what we learned is our community really pitches a lot. So we want to have them become very good at pitching for a job, pitching in front of an investor, pitching in front of a corporate buyer. So really get that one, really the muscle really good, and think like an entrepreneur. And then we have is Ask the Experts. This is all networking experiences you will be part of. You come to this event, you'll say, boy, I met so many people. I cannot believe we met so many people. That is the kind of a message and intention we want to create. With regards to the leadership building and personal power building experiences, the breakouts, power talks, workshop, plenaries, the mentorship circle, and the Exec Connect that will be available. Then coming to accelerating the strategic audience we talked about, right? So these are the audiences who are usually overlooked, and we want to bring them and be part of our one. We'll have a Black Founder Circle, which is bringing all the Black female founders to be there, meeting with all the execs and investors, and really have a dedicated session. If you care about them, be there, engage in that one. And this is where we will very closely work with Founders Live. We have Black Channel Partner Alliance, and Black Women Tech Talk will be another community. We'll have Cloud Channel returning to the workforce circle. There are a lot of women who want to return to workforce, but they don't know how to. This becomes the platform for them to come in, get ready, and start to go, give them a network so they can start their journey. The Youth Entrepreneurship and Mentorship Circle is designed for youth to come in, which is high schoolers and kids who are in college. They will come together and we give them adult mentorship available for them, and also skilling around entrepreneurship. Accelerate Atlanta Circle is really, this is a very strategic experience that we are partnering with Microsoft to really look at a city and how we can accelerate digital skilling and economic development in a city. So if you want to learn how to activate your city, you can be part of it. And Women in Tech Leadership Circle is helping a woman to go into director and a C-level position. How does that look like? So we'll have a circle there. Last one is driving a global goals dialogue around the UN goals 2030. Those are very strategic experience. Each of you can be part of it. You can volunteer. You can help us really design this one. So my question for you is, do you feel this is pretty cool? Like bringing all audiences together and nobody is left behind in economic access? Okay, awesome. Perfect, because the validation is important for us to make sure we are in the right direction. Then from a community building, you will still have fun stuff like welcome, happy hour, concierge, and open networking, and graduation of our cohort number 3. So I'm pretty excited for them because they have done some amazing work and they all have to be recognized by our community. So that builds our experiential part of the summit. And this is what you will see at the summit. Now, when you look at the tickets, it is a price ticket, not a free ticket this time. The reason why it is put together is to make sure that the investment that comes in, it's used throughout the year to create all the experiences. So your contribution to the ticket is really contribution for Women in Cloud to be available for all of us. So we do have very, very affordable planning that we have done from students. You can underwrite tickets, you have a general admission. You also have a premium access, so you have content and also a corporate pass. So that allows for everybody to buy a ticket. And if you can, because we can also give scholarship back to people to be part of it. So my question for all of you is, there is a form that Riza has put together. What we want you to do is really share is how you want to participate and show your interest in any way. Even if you can come and say, I can just contribute 1 minute, that is better than 0, because by all of us coming together, that's when we can bring is a very, very inclusive and strong community. And we want to be a strong community for entrepreneurs as we, keep going forward, because during the COVID, entrepreneurs were hit really bad and we want to support them, okay? And with that, I think that's all I have. Any questions? Do you feel good where we are? Do you like the plan?
Excellent. Love that. # collective power. Great. So thank you so much, Chai. I'd like to actually bring some folks on stage to share their feedback with us. So go ahead and click the raise hand icon. I see Haven, you've raised your hand. Allison, you've raised your hand. So I'm going to go ahead and give you access to come on stage and join us, okay? Great. So all you have to do is turn on your mic and camera, and you can let us know your feedback. What did you think about what you learned today? What stood out to you? What are you most excited about?
Sure. Well, thank you so much for that really thorough presentation. There were so many. I found myself at every step of the way being like, yes, I am interested in that, or yes, I would like to get involved with that. I really feel throughout, even like the hashtags that you guys have chosen to promote the summit through, that it really is inclusive, and that's huge, because I think a lot of these groups and a lot of these seminars that focus on women in tech tend to only focus on a very niche part of women in tech. And is it Chatra? Is that how you pronounce your name?
Yes.
Okay. Please correct me if I need to be. I don't feel like that happened at all. I feel like females that are interested in becoming in like perpetuating the growth of industry have real opportunity in this. I am curious, there was someone had asked in the chat a question that I also had, which was, how do you recommend speakers to the summit? What does that process look like?
So the best way to do, Haven, is there is a link that Riza put in, is the ways I want to participate. Okay. Just go ahead and let us know that you are interested to participate. What we'll do is send you the link to speak. There is a form for you to apply as a speaker.
Okay.
And then there is a curation team who looks at all the talks and approves it.
Okay, yeah, it wouldn't be me, but I was thinking of a couple of women who I thought, gosh, their voices, they have so much experience to share. And I thought I would really love for them to get involved. So in addition to just sharing all the resources I already have connected with your initiative, I also want to just send the form along to them and say, fill this out.
Yes, so I've actually put in the chat as well. Feel free to send that speaker application form link to anybody that you want to nominate to be a speaker. Let them know why you feel it's an important thing for them to take part in. I saw that Rena actually asked a question about if there's a cost in being a speaker. No, Rena, there is no cost to be a speaker. Really, what our speakers are doing are giving of their time. That is their donation to the community. So no, there's no cost. Feel free to apply. So Allison, what were your thoughts about what we shared, and did you have any questions?
I love it. Of course, I'm the head of community over at Founders Live, and we're a big supporter of you guys. So I'm really happy to get involved. Anything I can do to help. Of course, I'll be an ambassador. I'd love to. But anything I can do to help. I don't mind being a speaker, but I would like to be a speaker, but I want to know like what topic. But definitely, I want to get more involved. I want to help out in any way. Maybe I'll also have you guys come in and like we can have like a fireside chat with some founders to get more publicity or more like visibility to your cause. And I really do want to become like a stronger partner than we have been because, you know, especially being a woman, I love what you guys are doing. I just believe in it so much. Anything I can do to help, I'm there 100%.
Thank you, Allison. That is fantastic. I personally feel is the Founders Life and Women in Cloud coming together will become a global force for entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs at the same time. So we are really excited to have you. And we also would like to invite some of your entrepreneurs to be part of it and be here, join us, right? That's the key. And then I know, Arena, you talked about cost. As Riza said, is for a speaker, we do believe it's a contribution of your knowledge and you're creating access to knowledge for them. And we do not pay our speakers. That's the key. We do not pay our speakers because this is their way of contributing their talent to advance a society, advance a community. That's our intention. And that has been from the day one. And our speakers usually will have around 70 to 80% of the speakers are women because we want to give them a global stage.
And one of the things that I think is more when you are able to interact and share concerns and have that back and forth communication, that is so informative. And I think I get kind of tired of panels when, yes, everyone's telling their story and how they got to where they are, but there's no back and forth. There's no questioning. So what do you see that looks like to you? And how can you get involved? And I think that's more informative because you're getting something out of the discussion.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
Thank you, Renee.
And one thing I wanted to mention as well is that, you know, a lot of people are very new to speaking in the virtual space and showing up well. You know, so many speakers out there are very comfortable being on stage. So we're going to make sure that our speakers are very much prepared to feel comfortable and confident showing up on stage and really presenting their pre-recorded, their live sessions, just making sure that they shine brightly at the summit.
Yep. And first is I want to really say thank you to the audience for being amazing at interaction. Here are the things that you did today. First of all, you know how to raise your hand, which is awesome. That is the best thing to do as an audience and also speaker. Number two, you also raised your hand to contribute. That shows how amazing of your heart is to give back to the society. Third is you were engaging in the chat to make the speakers feel so good. So thank you for doing all that stuff. And then we want to come and meet you in the speaker lounge. I would say the lounge, not the speaker lounge, just the lounge. And we would love to really connect and learn more about how we can help you to achieve your own goals and also your company's goal.
Thank you, Chaitra. So I'm going to take us back to the virtual lounge as we close today. You're welcome to stay and continue to connect. Perhaps let's talk about what your North Star goals are, and we will stay in touch. And don't forget to fill out that form that I posted in the chat to share how you really want to be a part of this, because it's all about our community coming together. So thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you in the virtual lounge. Have a great weekend.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye.